Hey everyone, Tom from the iScrap app, and we hope that everyone is staying safe, staying home as often and as much as possible, and number one, we hope that you're staying healthy. We hope that you have the ability to follow the government's warnings, look out for what they're doing, and if you have questions on how long the coronavirus can live on scrap, that's going to be one of the things that we're going to try to answer for you today. Some of the things that we've been looking into, how long the coronavirus or COVID-19 could live in the air as well as other metals, because a lot of people have had some concerns about while they're scrapping if they could catch it by touching other items. So we have a couple of numbers for you that we've been researching. Generally, coronavirus can live in air particles for about 3 hours or so. So if you're around people that could be coughing or exhibiting symptoms, you could catch it by being around them, and it will hang out in the air for a few hours. One common misconception is about packages that are going to be delivered at your house holding cardboard, or the cardboard that you may be using to put your metals in when going to sell it to a scrapyard. Generally, the cardboard that's going to be coming to you, unless it was in direct contact with someone who has the COVID-19 virus, you'll have an extremely low chance of getting it. But what you might want to do is consider some safe practices. Using rubber gloves or some type of synthetic glove that goes over your hands so you can't touch it, and maybe kind of quarantining that box in an area that you're not going to touch it for a couple of days. Other things that could be of concern to you, let's talk about copper. Generally, the virus can live on top of copper for about 4 hours or so. What does that mean for you? If someone had the virus, coughed on it, the germs got on there, you touched it with your bare hands or breathed in the air around it, up to 4 hours you could catch it. So generally, scrapyard workers that are working on cutting copper, as long as it's left overnight or hasn't been touched for a minimum of 4 hours, you should be safe to work as well. Stainless steel is a little more resistant, being able to hold the virus for 2 to 3 days. Now, why is stainless steel more resistant? Well, the metal itself is made to be able to withstand a lot of viruses and things, kind of being able to keep stuff as contained as possible. Now, if you think about stainless steel in the medical facility, that's where you see it in dentist office, medical doctors, hospitals, because it's been really good at keeping things, away, but once they kind of get in there, it gets mixed on, and the virus has been able to live on it because it's a more sterile surface than other things will. So if you're dealing with stainless steel, we definitely would advise you not to touch it for a couple of days, at minimum 3 days, just to remain safe. People working at scrap yards, we would tell you the same thing. If the stainless has been in the pile for a few days, you should be fine, but if you have any questions on it, you should always ask your scrapyard owner or call your local scrapyard to see their policies. If you're dealing with any type of plastic recycling, we've seen that the virus could live on plastics for about 3 days. So whether you're using bins or crates that you find, you might want to leave those by themselves. If you have anything coming in that you're storing and you know that you or your friends and family at home have been clean, you should be okay. Certain scrapyards that we have talked to have been spraying down their bins to ensure that they are as sanitized as possible, creating a safe working environment not only for the workers, but also for the customers coming in. If you have any other questions about the virus and how it could live on metal, please ask us below. One thing that we ask you to do is stay safe, stay healthy, continue to tune into the iScrap app. We always look forward to your questions. Until next time, we'll scrap you later.